สวัสดีค่ะ For those who just joined, we kindly ask you to rename yourself, include your airline name as well. And the training documents are available for download in the chat box. If you have any problems downloading the training documents, please let us know. Our team is here to help you.
Recording in progress.
All right, it's about time now. So let me officially start the training session. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Sky Consortium, welcome to the training course of the Airline Portal System used to submit advanced passenger and crew information and passenger name record. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pimada Hantasert from training team. First of all, let me inform you of the today's training programs. Training duration will start at 1:30 until 4 Thailand time. And the training will be divided into parts: the project background information, then concepts and usage of airline portal system. Then will be Q&A section between each part and break for 15 minutes. I will be guiding you through today's training program. We will start with the objectives of this training. Why is it being arranged for all airlines operating international flight in Thailand? And next, we will go over the policies and requirements that every airline must follow to ensure compliance with passenger data submission. And then I will share the current implementation status, showing how many airlines have already complied and are actively submitting data. And we will also look at some of the challenges in data submission coming from various factors that you should be aware of. And finally, Kun Parasat will take you through the usage of airline portals. For objective of training, first to help you understand the background of APPS and PNR project, where it started, what the current status is, and how the whole process works. Second, to explain the government regulations behind this, what is required and what airlines are expected to do. And lastly, to show you how to actually use the airline portal as a tool to submit APP data, PNR data, and accommodation data. Let me start with the project timeline. On December 14, 2012, the Civil Aviation Committee announced the plan to adopt the advanced passenger processing. The goal was so simple to help authorities screen flights, passenger, crew, and baggage at international airports. 1 month later, in January 2013, this decision was officially published in the Royal Gazette. And on December 1st, 2015, APPS went live in Thailand. And what changed after APPS started? Airlines began sending passenger data at check-in, or we call APP data. The system checks the data in advance and supports board, no board decisions and sharing information with Thai immigration. 3 years later, on January 2018, Thai Customs issued a notification asking airlines to submit another type of data, PNR, or passenger name record. So from this point, besides APPS data, PNR become part of the government. Still in 2018, in October, Thai immigration issued a regulation requiring airlines to submit accommodation or place of stay information in advance for non-Thai passenger on inbound flights. We usually call this accommodation data. And finally, in June 2022, Thai immigration announced a regulation for airlines to submit PNR data as well. This regulation was later cancelled and replaced, but the requirement to submit PNR still remained. Then, in April 2023, Thai immigration issued the current regulation. The current immigration PNR regulation is only an internal adjustment. Airlines are still required to submit PNR data as usual. To quickly summarize this timeline, there are 3 main types of data that airlines are required to submit: APP data, PNR data, and accommodation data. I will explain the detail and meaning of each type of data in upcoming slide. It's not only Suvarnabhumi Airport that has adopted this system. As of today, the system is implemented across 11 international airports in Thailand under 4 different airport operators. First airport operator, of course, Airport of Thailand for AOT, which are Suvarnabhumi, Donmueang, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phuket, and Hat Yai Airport. And second, Bangkok Airways, which are Trat International Airport and Samui International Airport. And for Department of Airports, or DOA, which are Krabi International Airport and Surat Thani International Airport. And finally, Utapao Rayong Pattaya International Airport. There are related organizations who have their roles in APPS and PNR projects. First, airport operator, stakeholders who are in charge of starting the implementation. Airlines who has the responsibility to comply and submit data according to the government. Thai immigration pre-screen travelers going through the Kingdom of Thailand. Thai custom user ID data according to the custom duty. Apart from the main organization, others have been authorized to use the system to support their duty, which are National Intelligence Agency or in Thai สำนักข่าวกรองแห่งชาติ Narcotics Control Border or in Thai คณะกรรมการป้องกันและปราบปรามยาเสพติด and the last one Special Branch Bureau or in Thai กองบัญชาการตำรวจสันติบาล Here is the definition of each data analysts are compliant to submit. Let's talk about APP data or advanced passenger processing data. Sometimes you may also hear the term IAPI, which stands for Interactive Advanced Passenger Information. They mean basically the same thing, but the different lies in the format. I will explain more about IAPI in the upcoming slides. To put it simply, APP data is a passenger check-in information. For example, when passengers come to the counter to check in and the airline scans their passport using the passport reader, and all of the details in the MRC line of the passport are collected, such as the passenger's full name, nationality, date of birth, gender, and passport expiry date. This check-in data is then sent in real time, either in APP or IAPI format, through automatic transmission from the DCS system or manually via the airline portal. And second, PNR stands for Passenger Name Record. It is basically the booking database of passengers that's stored in the airline's reservation system. This includes details such as passenger name, travel initially, payment details, contact information such as contact information, frequent flyer number, travel document, and essentially all data related to the booking. And PNR is not transmitted in real time. Instead, it is submitted according to the timing and elements specified by government authorities, and the format used is called PNR-Gov. Now let's look at the accommodation data. This refers to the location of stay for non-Thai passenger who will be temporarily living in Thailand. Accommodation data is transmitted together with the check-in data so that immigration can pre-screen the information before the flight arrives in Thailand. This information includes the accommodation name, district, city, and postal code. So to summarize, APPS and PNR or Advanced Passenger Processing System and Passenger Name Record is an automated pre-screening system used to screen passengers and crew of aircraft prior to arriving, departing, or transiting to the country. And APP data is transmitted in real time whenever the airline checks in passenger. Also, APPS and PNR is connected with the immigration system and automatically pre-screen and provide response back to the airlines to notify if that traveler can be board the aircraft or not. APPS allow Thai immigration officer to make decisions about what to do with travelers, especially do not board cases. The system supports PNR processing that have been sent in timing from airline reservation system as well. In order for data submission to be according to the government, let me provide you the government regulations and policy. Since the announcement from CAAT, there are government policy that carriers are required to follow. This regulation comes from three main authorities in Thailand. Civil Aviation Authority, requiring airlines to send advanced passenger and crew data in S1 for all flights. And in the middle, from Thai Custom and Thai Immigration Bureau, regulating the submission of PNR booking information. And the last regulation from the Thai Immigration Bureau, requiring airlines to send the accommodation or place of stay details for all inbound passengers. These are the original regulations in Thai issued in the Royal Gazette. And the other data that are also submitted with the check-in data, which are accommodation data. Here are the government policy for data submission, which airlines are required to follow. For APP data, there are several mandates. First, airlines must submit APP data in advance during the check-in process before the flight departs. And airlines must cancel passengers who were already processed through APP but did not actually board the flight. For example, imagine a passenger who already checked in and got the boarding pass in hand, but then spent too much time shopping at duty free and completely missed the flight. So if your passenger chooses perfume over the plan, so make sure that APP data doesn't keep flying without them. And airlines must contact immigration if they receive a negative directive. The system may return a message such as contact takeoff or do not board. Airline must also recheck in passenger or crew if Thai immigration has completed an override. Also, airlines must close the flight once it had departed. That means finalizing the data so no further updates can be made after departure. And lastly, airlines must contact immigration in special cases, such as if airline system goes down or during system maintenance that causes unavailability. On the right side for accommodation data, airlines are required to correct accommodation data for inbound foreign travelers only. In conclusion, the requirement includes for all scheduled flight and non-scheduled flight, all flight direction, inbound, outbound, transit, transfer, all traveler type, both passenger and air crew. The APP data elements contain number 1 until number 6, which are flight data, check-in data, cancel data, and of course passenger and crew data. And the last one, passport or other document. And number 7 is for accommodation data, which are accommodation name, district, city, and postal code. Here's a original regulation for PNR data are required by Thai Custom and Thai Immigration. All right, now let's look at the government requirements for PNR data submission. First, airlines must submit PNR data according to the required 13 elements and 4 timing. Timing of transmission, which are T 72 hours, T 24 hours, and T hours before the scheduled time of departure. And the last timing called T0 at the time of departure or flight pause. Among this timing, the T0 submission is the most important because it contains the final confirmation of the passenger list. And of course, if your system down, you must contact Thai Custom or Thai Immigration immediately. airline must submit complete data with 30 elements. As I mentioned earlier, PNR data refers to the passenger booking information. The PNR data include, for example, flight information, booking information, passenger data with baggage and seat, or ticket and payment. Also, check-in data and boarding data and history check data as the PNR data are submitted in forward timing. To give you a clearer picture, this is the travel timeline of a passenger before Thailand implemented the APPS and PNR system. For border control, the main screening happened at the immigration checkpoint in Thailand, both for departure and arrivals. I believe everyone here is already familiar with the basic process of international travel. So let's take an example of an inbound journey. Say a passenger traveling from Australia to Thailand. The passenger first makes a booking, then goes to the check-in counter in Australia. They pass through Australian immigration on departure and board the flight and arrive to Thailand. At this point, the passenger goes directly to the immigration checkpoint. Now, if immigration officer decide to deny entry at the checkpoint, this becomes a waste of resources. It is especially problematic when it involves foreign passenger because in such cases, the airline is responsible for returning the passenger back to the original country. Now let's look at what happened when Thailand implements the APPS system. The travel timeline for passengers still look the same, but here's a big difference. During the check-in process, the passenger's check-in data is immediately sent to APPS system, which is connected with the immigration database in Thailand. The system then performs a pre-screening check to verify if the passenger can to travel in Thailand or not. The system sends a response back to the airline's check index, and there are two possible responses. A positive boarding directive or board if that's okay, meaning the passenger is clear to board. Or negative boarding directive, contact takeoff or do not board. However, even if a passenger receives a positive pre-screening result and boards the flight, this doesn't guarantee entry upon arrival. The final decision always rests with the immigration officer at the checkpoint because APPS is a pre-screening system. And about PNR data, going back to where passenger book with the airlines. As I mentioned, it will send from airline reservation system in forward timing, follow the orange line, 72 hours, 24 hours, and 6 hours before STD time and timing zero after check-in time. Now let me highlight the new requirements from both Thai immigration and Thai customs. On the immigration side, there is a plan to connect the Thai APPS and PNR system with the Thailand Digital Arrival Card or TDAC. The purpose is mainly for public communication to encourage passengers to fill out their TDAC form at least 3 days before arriving in Thailand. This requirement applies only to inbound passengers, and the target start date is around October if everything goes as planned. And it's important to note that this has no impact on the passenger travel. And for on the right side, for new requirement from Thai Custom, proposed for enable airlines to receive real-time notifications during the check-in process. Passenger requires further inspection by Thai Custom authority prior to boarding. This would apply to outbound flights, but it has no impact on passenger ability to travel as well. However, the official implementation of this requirement has been postponed indefinitely. If the new requirement happen, thing to check is here. For example, for new requirement for TDAC, so it's gonna show message board TDAC not found or board TDAC time out. And for new requirement of Thai Custom, it will show custom clearance check. As I mentioned, the system is currently under implementation and has not been officially launched yet. All right, this slide gives a technical overview of the APPS and PNR workflow based on the 2020 contract. To make this easier to understand, I will divide the process into 3 parts. First, the channels airlines use to submit data. And at the center, the APPS and PNR system as the central hub. And the last is government authority that receive and use the data. Let's begin with the channel airlines use to submit information. There are 2 main channels. The first is through the airline departure control system, or DCS, at the counter check-in, which is the automatic channel. And the second is through the airline portal, which is the manual channel. For DCS, there are 2 types of connection. Airline using the APP format connect via the SITA global network, and if airline using the IAPI format connect via an airline direct network through IP6 VPN. This way is directly to the APPS and PNR system. And for the airline portal, airlines can access it via the internet, but they must first register and authenticate before use. Well, no matter which channel is used, the data flows along the purple line into the immigration database first. This is check whether the passenger can travel in Thailand or not. Then the system sends a real-time response back to the airline check-in screen within less than 3 seconds by the red line. If the passenger is clear or okay to board, their status will change to EMR or expected movement record. After that, the data continues along the light purple line to Thai Custom and airport operator. In addition, for CAQ flight, we request cooperation from the 6 airlines on the screen that operating CAQ route to send their data directly to Custom. And finally, for PNR data, which is stored in the airline's booking system, it is sent according to the 4 timing along the blue line and send it to the related agency, which are Thai Immigration and Thai Custom. Another format to submit check-in data that I would like to introduce IAPI. Since the APP system is no longer available for Russian airlines due to sanctions, Thailand has introduced an alternative way, IAPI, or Interactive Advanced Passenger Information. It's a real-time system that collects not just flight data, but also accommodation data as well. It complies with ICAO standards. Besides the different in format, there is also a difference in connectivity. For IAPI, the connection is made through the airline's direct network. It's going straight to the APPS and PNR system with a lower chance of service interruption. On the other hand, for airlines using APP format, the connection goes to the SITA global network before reaching the APPS and PNR. And currently, there are 21 airlines that using 8 different host systems are in various stages of implementing IAPI. Of course, Russian-based pilot airlines that have used IAPI since March 2023, and AirAsia Group Airlines started in August 2024. As shown in the pie chart, around 62% of airlines are already certified, and others are either cut over ready or in the process of technical review and certification. Here we compare total check-in passenger with actual IAPI submission in 100%. As of now, there is 16.81% of all check-in passengers are covered by IAPI. And we expect this percentage to increase as more airlines complete certification. All right, this slide shows how different countries around the world are implementing APPS and PNR system. From Canada's early adoption in 2002 to the USA, UK, Australia, and Europe like Thailand and Laos, it's clear that APPS and PNR are now a global standard for border security and risk assessment. In case of flights with the country of original and destination, both have implemented APPS. When the passenger check in, their data is sent to both countries to a system called the communication gateway. Each country checks the data against an internal system, such as no file list or stop list, and then respond with a boarding directive. If the passenger is on Thai stop list, the airline must contact Thai immigration. But if the passenger on the stop list of another country, then the airline must contact the government of that country. Now let's look at the APPS message codes. These codes tell you exactly what action you need to take when you receive a certain system response. For example, if you see 8670 contact Thai Go, this means you must not allow the passenger to board. You need to contact the Thai government for advice. This could happen if the passenger is on the Thai immigration stop list, or if their Thai passport doesn't match with the official database, or is it canceled or is lost. If you see 8517 override accepted, this means a previous negative directive has been overridden by immigration, and you can allow the passenger to board. Or 8505 cancel. means the passenger will actually were successfully canceled. 8506 no record means the system can find the record, so it can't be canceled. Usually, this means there was no check-in record in the first place. Continuing with more codes. 8501 okay to board means you can allow the passenger to board, and 8502 do not board means the passenger is on the stop list, so you must not allow them to board and must contact the Thai government for advice. 8503 board if that's okay means you may allow boarding, but only if all travel documents are valid or in order. And 8516 insufficient data means you need to check that all travel documents are complete and correct before allowing the passenger to board. Right, next. 6009 invalid expiry date means the system didn't receive the document expiry date, so you must verify and submit it. 6017 expiry date outside allowable range means the document has expired more than 7 days ago, so it needs to be checked and corrected. 6082 override code supply not valid in these circumstances means the override code used during recheck-in is incorrect. 8092 override not authorized means Thai immigration did not approve or deny passenger to board, so you must contact immigration to discuss the override status again. Or this one, 5593, international flight not in airline schedule means the flight is missing from the system. If this happens, you must inform your airline's IT department or contact OAG directly, since the schedule data is updated twice a week. Or you may inform international CSC or SITA by email, providing the flight schedule in the correct format. Or if you don't know how to do it, you can contact our service desk to provide you that information. In case that airlines implement IAPI, you may receive different message codes, but especially 3002 allow boarding if travel done okay, or 3001 not around boarding, and 3101 contact Thailand authority. It's just a different word, but the meaning is the same. Moving on to APPS and PNR implementation statuses. Before submitting the actual data, coding the APP data, accommodation data, and PNR data, there are 4 stages of engagement process to take. First, contact. The airline reached out the service provider to request certification. And then step 2, development. Both sides agree to the service provider to request, both sides agree the data transmission method and establish the technical connection. Step 3, certification. The airline sends test the data and runs connection check based on the requirements sent by Thai government agency. And the last step is cut over. Once approved, the airline agrees on the actual data elements to be sent in live operations. This is a collaborative and technical process that ensures smoothly and secure data flow to authorities. For the current APP implementation, there are around 175 airlines that are already able to submit APP data, And most of them are scheduled airlines that have disease using integrated and APP and standalone APP method. And for airline portal, the main user of private aircraft, charter or air crew. Out of 175 airlines, more than 99% are using the automatic channel to submit check-in data. And the remaining less than 1% of passengers come from the airline do not have a check-in system and data manually to the airline portal. This is a concern that I would like to mention for submitting the APP in advance with the correct flight information. In case of late transmission and incorrect flight information, it will affect passengers going through the automated gates at the Thailand immigration checkpoint, or we call auto border control. As this auto channel system is checking data from APPS and PNR system. In addition, immigration officers have also observed cases where passengers enter Thailand using a different passport from the one they used at the check-in. When this happens, the bio system cannot locate the flight information. So immigration officer then need to manually verify both passport. For example, if one passport is a Thai passport and the other is a foreign passport, the Thai passport will be used since the Thai nationals are allowed to stay longer in Thailand compared to using the foreign passport. For accommodation data, there are available methods supporting in data submission in 3 methods, which are SITA message standard, IAPI defect, and airline portal. However, there are some challenges since this is not the standard check-in data. To make things more convenient for the airlines, Thai immigration has already discussed and currently a new system called TDAC or Thailand Digital Arrival Card has been officially implemented on May 1st, 2025. For PNR data, currently there are 127 airlines have gone live. And for your information, only scheduled airlines to submit PNR data as the data are corrected from the airline with ARS, Airline Reservation System. As the PNR data are the bigger sizing than the APP, which takes more time to implement it. So now, more than 160 airlines committed to implementation or in the various stages. This pie chart breaks down the current implementation status. The majority, 86.39% are already cut over. And a few airlines are still facing data still in certification stages like link testing, data review, and so on. Around 20 airlines are facing data privacy issues, especially those under GDPR law. And the graph on the right shows our steady growth in cut over airlines year by year. These are the transmission methods for PNR. Most of airline use a machine to machine, airline resolution system to APPS and PNR system. However, airline portal is also supports PNR submission. And in case airlines are using one of these hosts, meaning that you already have connectivity with the APPS and PNR. Some may already submitted the data and some can contact and skip to stage 3 of the engagement process of submission. Another topic that I would like to talk about, challenges in APPS and PNR transmission. There are some challenges in APP data transmission, often caused by manual entry or system issue. First, data quality. Check-in data does not match the passport. Like, for example, wrong passport number, missing space in name, wrong prefix on nationality. So, repeated check-ins or not canceling passenger who missed the flight. For this case, immigration officer have reported some issues and asked us to communicate them with the allies. The first issue is that passport information in the APPS and PNR system does not always match the actual passport details. For example, the number 0 being confused with the letter or letters being swapped, such as LY and YL.
จ้ะ
So we kindly
เจอ
ask
แล้วดิจ้ะ
airlines to carefully verify passport information before submission.
เอาไปเลยยังไม่เป็น
Data
อีกวะ
completeness.
ปิดไว้ก่อนนะ
Discrepancy between APP data and the airline manifest, especially when passengers are added after flight close. Some flights missing due to uncertified ground handling system, flight delays, or system outages. And the last one, late transmission. Airlines network or system outage and manual submission by local or charter airlines. In some cases, airlines unaware of the Thai APP requirement or fail to submit in advance. Here's an simple example showing how data mismatches can happen. This is a sample Chinese passport. As you can see, there are different data fields like nationality, country code, and issuing authority. It's important that check-in staff enter this information exactly as shown. If any small detail doesn't match, the system may reject the submission or trigger an alert. For PNR transmission also has some challenges. Sometimes the system check in DCS and the airline reservation system are not in sync. So some data like check-in details or boarding order may be missing. And in some cases, the reservation system cannot send all data completely. We also see airlines that don't send PNR on time or send the same file many times, especially at the timing 0. And for European airlines, the GDPR law makes it difficult to share full PNR data unless there is a legal agreement in place. To reduce failure or incomplete data submission, airline portal can also be used to check the process number of APP with details of travelers from both DCS and airline portal. For PNR tracking transmitted from any method, airlines are subjected to check at the menu inquiry on PNR transmission for validate status if it's completed or not. There are three main stages of service down procedures for both APP and IAPI. In case of system downtime, here are the steps to follow. First, contact your airline's local help desk or your IT to check if the issue is internal. Step two, if it's not about your airline system, please contact our contact and service center by the phone and email on the screen. Step 3, wait around 15 minutes. During this time, you may use the airline portal to submit the data. If it still doesn't work, depends on your SOP, you may bypass the APP step, but you must inform the Thai immigration backstage in the command control operation room and request an exemption. Once the system is back to normal, you must submit APP data immediately. All right, this slide summarizes the same step in two parts. On the left, airlines operational procedure with 15 minutes and then decide whether to bypass. And on the right, what to do for compliance. Contact Thai immigration to request an exemption. But this exemption only means it doesn't mean you don't need to submit the APP data. Lastly, this is what our internal team does during a service down. Our contact and service center informs the team and start troubleshooting immediately. Within 5 minutes, we notify airport operators and government agency. If the system is confirmed to be down, we notify airlines and assist to with passenger bypass. Once the system is resolved, airlines are asked to resubmit APP data, and finally, contact and service center send out a report to all related stakeholders. Here is the contact information for our local support team in Thailand. The contact and service center is available 24 hours and 7 days a week, and you can reach out by phone at +66 203 31999 and by the email at servicedesk@thai.app.pnr.net. Our team can support you in both English and Thai, and we are located right here in Bangkok. So if you encounter any technical issues or simply have questions while using the system, please don't hesitate to reach out at any time. We also offer a live chat feature within the airline portal itself. Once you log into the system, you will see a small orange tab labeled live chat appear on the screen. You can click on it to start chatting with the contact and service center instantly. Again, this service is also available 24 hours and 7 days a week to make sure you always have help when you need it. And in case you receive a message code 5593, the scheduled flight had not been in the international flight had not been in the schedule. For our international partners, you can contact the International Contact and Service Center or SITA by email or phone. This service is also available 24 hours and 7 days a week. In case of receiving negative response, I recommend to wait 1 minute and recheck in to see if the Thai immigration has overridden the responses or not. If no, for inbound flight, you can contact at the first number +66 203 31900. And for outbound flight, contact immigration according to the Thai local port of the flight, like Suvarnabhumi Airport. It should be +66 203 31901. Or you can contact them by via email. All right, before we move on to part 2, let's take a break 15 minutes. So during this time, if you have any questions, please feel free to either unmute your microphone and ask or type them in the chat box. ขอบคุณค่ะ We will break until 2:40. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, feel free to ask type them in the chat box.
Recording stopped.
สวัสดีครับจ้าจ้าพี่มาอยู่ออฟฟิศจ้ะ
ร่วมคอยพูดแล้วคุณมีที่เหลือมีคนกวนจัง
วันไหนนะพี่ยุ้ยพี่เจ็ดใช่ไหมครับไม่ได้ทำครับพี่ปานทุกคนส่งมาในวอทแอปได้ไหมครับหรือว่าครับวอทแอปนะพี่
ต่อไปแล้วมีมิทติ้ง
เดี๋ยวอ๋อมิทติ้งในเมืองนี่เลยใช่เนี่ย
โอ้เชื่อจ้าหรือแค่เนี้ยเลิศมาก
5 บาท
โอ้เอาอยู่ต่อไปแล้วเป็นมิทติ้งแล้วก็จะมีโมงป่ะบ่าย 3
ได้แหละไม่เคยทันอยู่แล้วนี่
จะบอกพี่ไปว่าเราต้องไปต่อเป็นพระเอกไงพระเอกจะมาสุดท้าย
เลิศ
ไม่ใช่ตำรวจจะมาสุดท้าย
เลิศ
หนังละครไทย
กุ้งสุธิราชปะ
ละครพีเรียด
โอ้เป็นพระเอกในหัวใจเด้อ
แล้วก็ดิ้งแม่งไม่ยอมมาเลย
ได้ไหมเรา
เดี๋ยวนะ
เธอก็หัวใจยังว่า
ไม่กับพี่หรอแม่เลยก็คือมันสุดแล้วก็ไม่ให้นี่หว่าเดี๋ยวนะฝากไป6ใช่ปะ
อือฮึ
ถ้าเหลือแค่5เพราะว่าอาหารมาไม่ทัน
แล้วผู้โดยสาร
ไง
อ๋อก็พอดี
เพราะว่าตอนแรกสั่งเพราะว่าแม่ที่โทรมาบอกว่าผู้สั่งจะอัปเกรดไง
อ๋อแล้วก็เลยเตรียมไว้
แล้วจ่ายบัตรเครดิตนี่บอกว่าจะจ่ายก็จ่ายเงินสดตอนนี้เจ็ดดูเกตแล้วจะอัปเกรดอะไรหรือปะตอนจะ30นะ
เป็นพี่แต่จริงละเทละ
จะบอกพี่ที่เจว่าไม่ทันละบอกเขาไปเลยว่าไม่ทันละก็เลยสั่งให้ก่อนเผื่อบอกว่าเผื่อมาจ่ายเงินสดไงร้านคือไม่ทันจ้าตอนนั้นแหละทันก็ไม่ทันไม่ได้ทันเลยก็โทรมาเรื่องนี้วิดีโอ
ก็ยองกี้จะให้เขาให้พี่ปานจ่ายให้
ไม่มีใครบอกให้จ่ายตั้งแต่แรกอะถูกไหม
ใช่
ถ้าบอกก็ต้องบอกแล้วว่านี่มีค่ะสตาร์ทเข้ามานะ
ไม่ใช่ตัวพอบอกในติ้งต่างจะจ่ายวันไหนก็จ่าย
ไม่รู้ว่าเราจะจ่ายยังไงคือเห็นมาก็จ่ายไปเลยเนี่ยหรอก็ไม่ใช่เรื่องปะ
ไม่ใช่ปกติก็แล้วแต่จะให้จ่ายก็บอกมาแค่นั้นแหละคิดถึงมอแต่เจน่าจะคิดถึงพี่สาวมากกว่ากี่โมงเป็นน้องเป็นเชื้อเป็นพี่เป็นเชื้อ
ถึงช่วง
ช่วงบ่ายแก่
ถ้าเดี๋ยวนะคิดถึงดีป่ะ
ๆคิดถึงคนแก่
ลูกเพิ่งหัดลืมอะไรลืมเนื้อเหรอ
ลืมบอก
ว่า
868นี่แห
เรา
ละ
จะมาเอากี่โมง
ก็ยังไม่มีใครติดต่อมาหนูก็กินเด็ก
อะไรอ่ะ
ขนมปังจัดไปไหมจัดไป
เขาจะบอกเราว่าฉันกินนะเก็บจะไม่เอาอ่ะก็พี่นมของพี่นมกินมาถึงไม่เอาอ่ะ
ไหนมาดูดิ
เรียน
นมวัวปะหรือนมควาย
นมวัวน
มวัวแล้วนมควาย
ไม่รู้แต่เนื้อควายเว้ย
บีฟมันบอกว่าบีฟจะมาควายเลยล่ะ
ไม่ตัวเนี้ย
มันบีฟอ่ะไม่ใช่บัฟฟาโล่จะมาควายเลยล่ะ
ไม่แต่น่ากินเนาะ พี่นมกินปะ
จัดไหมล่ะ
น่ากินอ่ะ
กินได้ไหม
เอาเลยเหรอ
กินได้ปะกินได้ปะ
แบ่งได้ปะขอแบ่งของไปเยอะขอลองชิมชิมไปเลยครึ่งนึงก็ได้เด็กขอแบ่ง
เพราะยังไม่กินไงตอนเนี้ยเพราะจะกินข้าวก่อน
โอเคได้ไม่กินแล้วแต่น่ากินด้วย
เอาไว้ก่อน fresh milk อ่ะ
เรื่องแต่อันนี้น่ากินเนาะอันนี้น่ากิน
มันมีอย่างอื่นไหมนอกจากเนี่ย
หมดเลย
ป่าไม่กินเนื้อไง
เอาว่ะ
หนูจะเอานกเข้าไปแล้วมีอย่างอื่นไหมมีน้ำเหรอไม่ไรอ่ะมีแต่เนื้อ
มีน้ำที่เปิดแล้วน้ำยังไม่เปิด
อะควา
อันนี้เปิดแล้ว
ควาเมน
ทิ้งมันไปเลยนะไม่โดนบีบเลยอ่ะแล้วก็มีอันที่แจกแล้ว
ขอถุง
ทิ้งไงปะ
ขอถุงมันคงไม่ตามแล้วเหรอเนาะ
พี่ตัวพี่ว่าไงเมื่อไหร่
เมื่อวาน
โอเคถ้าเกิดวันนี้ไม่มีใครตังก็ไป
จ้ะ
แต่ใส่อะไรอ่ะ
เอานี่ไป
ใส่ก่อนไหม
ใส่ไปเลย
พี่ตัวเขาจะเอาไหมถ้ามาเอาผมไม่เจอ
บอกว่าไม่เจอ
เสียถุงมาคืนนะ
เอาไปเลยก็ได้
ไม่เอาพี่ตัวดีกว่าให้พี่ตัวเก็บไว้ไง
ที่ระทึกเหรอ
ใช่โอเคปะดูวันไหนพี่ตัวคิดถึงพี่ตัวก็เอาถุงมาดู
จ้ะ
เนาะทำไมพี่ตัวไปกินเนื้อเกิดขึ้น
ไม่กินมานานแล้วไม่กินมานานแล้วขอไว้
แล้วพี่ปานพูดเรื่องดินเรื่องยังดินเหนียวเลย
ยังไม่พูด ดูนี้อยู่ ชื่ออะไรมีคนชื่อโยคะด้วยอ่ะโยคะแล้วก็คนชื่อนี้ปูตู้ซิสตาเดวินตามี่ซุกก้ามาม่า
เฮ้ย
ปลากระป๋อง
ชื่อไม่ใช่คนละชื่อทักแปลกๆอ่ะ
โยคะชื่อ
โยก้าหรือเปล่า
โยคะโยก้า
นะใบคืออะไรใช่ไหม
โยกะโยก้าคือวันที่
ผมตอนนี้ขนมปังอะไรอ่ะ
แกะเลย
ไม่ต้องชิมก่อนนะถ้าอร่อยก็กิน
เราต้องลองก่อนใช่ไหมเนี่ยให้เราลองก่อน
ลองเขียนเลยป้าลองชิมนิดเดียวจะรู้เป็นไง
เอาดิ
ให้กินโมโหแต่พี่หนูว่าเรื่องการนอนปุ๊บเนี่ยพี่ไม่โอเคอย่างแรงพี่หนูบอกแต่เรื่องอื่น
มันออนดิวตี้นะเว้ยทำอย่างนั้นได้ไงใจคอผู้โดยสารก็อยู่ที่เกต
จริงคือถ้าเกิดว่ามึงนอนปุ๊บตั้งแต่ตอนที่ยังไม่เปิดเกตอ่ะกูยังไม่ว่านี่มึงนอนปุ๊บตั้งแต่ผู้โดยสารเปิดเกตออกมาแล้วอ่ะถูกปะ
ไม่ไหวไม่ไหวอย่างมาก หรือมึงไปแอบหลับก็ได้อะอย่าให้กูเห็น
แล้วคือเรื่องว่าเนี่ยหลับต่อหน้าแล้วเชื่อไหมว่าตอนนี้หลับอ่ะขาเข้าลงมานะไม่มาทำงานเลยไม่ถึงเกตเลยเฮ้ยนี่คันแล้วจริงๆปะจบเซิร์ฟเนี่ย
อัดกี่โมง
เริ่มจากก่อน
เอาเลย
ก่อนขึ้นมา
เอาเลยไหม
ก่อนดูคลิป
คลิปหลุดไหม
ได้
ไม่คลิปหลุดอ่ะ
คลิปคุณพ่อกับเว็บพิจารณ์
ทำไมสภาพเขาเละอย่างเงี้ยวะสีกาครับ
แต่คือทำไมพาร์ทถึงลงไหลเพราะว่าอะไรอ่ะเพราะว่านางแซ่บเหรอให้เราเหมือนกับซูเปอร์แมนนะ
ค ว้าไม่ทันเพราะมันลื่นที่จริงอะนี่ก็ทันแต่ว่ามันลื่น
พอเราทำอะไรก็เป็นซูเปอร์แมน
ชอบไม่ทนต่อปฏิกิริยาเมื่อเช้าทำแก้วแตกไป2 แก้วหล่นจากมือป๋าเนี่ย
ที่บ้านหรือว่าที่นี่
ที่บ้าน
เฮ้ยไส้แตก
อะไร
ไส้มาในเพชรแตก
Recording in progress.
นี่กำลังประชุมอยู่
Alright, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, let me introduce myself first. I'm Palasap Paramethamai, and you can call me Matum. It's my nickname. And I'm going to be the instructor and presenter or trainer for the session 2, which is the airline portal usage. Follow the first session, which is the overview for Thailand APPS and PNR.
โอ้ก็ถาม
From the first session, we know about the policies and the regulation from Thai authorities, like how to send APP data and PNR data and accommodation data. And the second session will be how to use the airline portal, how it works, and it's the one we would recommend you to use even if you already check in the passenger with TCS because it can track the data for travelers here. And you can use it as an alternative channel to submit APP data in case of the service
ตาม
unavailability,
นั้นแหละ
like the
ตอนแรก
service
ก็บอกจะไม่
down.
พามันโอ้ที่เทใหม่
If there's any maintenance from your side, yeah, it can be used in that way as
ถูก
well.
ไหม
ใช่
ที่เที่ยยืนผู้โดยสารยืนด่าอยู่ตัวเองเดินหนีไปต่อหน้าต่อตาอยู่
ไม่ได้เลย
Right. So next is
แต่ว่าถ้าเป็นคน
the
เดียวก็
table
จะ
of
แบบไม่คน
contents
เดียว
which consists of the airline
แต่ถ้าเป็น
portal
คน
overview, administrator functionalities, and the normal user functionalities,
แล้วก็ดักตัว
where
มา
you can easily jump into the topic by clicking the topics in the software that you
ตาม
downloaded.
เครื่อง
If anyone haven't downloaded yet, you can click the link the link of the document will be sent in the chat. And after the session, you can easily jump into the topic by clicking the topics here. All right. So let's start with the overview that I said earlier and Kun Pimada in the first session have mentioned it earlier.
เดี๋ยวปาได้
Is the website that available you to submit whether APP, PNR, or accommodation data to Thai
ในคอน
authorities.
เสิร์ต
This is the main purpose for airline portal, and you can manually enter traveler data or upload multiple traveler data at the same time as a batch file. And I'm going to show you how to do that later. And there might be some question that who's going to use the airline portal for some of you, right? Because actually the DCS will be is always the main method to submit APP data like passenger.
อิมิเกชัน
But I'm going to tell you that some crews or air crew doesn't go to the check-in counter for checking in. So yeah, some kind of crew can be submitted the APP data through the airline portal,
คุณแม่
as well as the non-scheduled airlines or private flight who doesn't have DCS can use the airline portal instead of the DCS check-in. So this is the important classes of the travelers who's going to use the airline portal.
เขาพูดได้เลยตรงข้อสอบไปแล้วเนาะ
All right. This is the link of the airline portal where you can go by the link alp.thai.app-pnr.net. And after entering, you are going to see the login details where you can click on the top button, top right button, which is the request carrier registration to request for your administrator user.
ผู้โดยสารเนี่ยเปล่าเยอะ
And after clicking, you must fill the carrier code, carrier name,
ไม่ปิด
and
เป็นนานแล้ว
the carrier administrator who's nominated as the administrator for your
เห็นที่ดู
airlines.
หน้าเครื่องครับ
And the administrator for your airlines will be the responsible person for like creating, updating, and editing
ตาสั่น
the user within your airlines. And then after clicking the register, there will be the processes from the contact and service center. If your airline is exists or not, and there will be the approval processes after that.
เดี๋ยวเลิศ
But let's down to after receiving the user details from the contact and service center has been done, and then you can fill the login details here, which consists of the carrier code and user ID and password, and you can click log into the airline
ถ้า
portal.
ไม่พอใจเอาไป 70%
จ้า
This is for the home page user. Next is the administrator functionalities. As I say that the administrator for each airline will be the responsible person for managing, creating user or make a user as an inactive or active channel. Like if your airline, I mean, if your employee is resigned, you can just make it as inactive, so they cannot log into the app portal, something like that. And another part is to check the log activity
ตัวอย่าง
for
ลายมือชื่อในเจษ
for
ฎา
user, like yesterday, what did the user do for yesterday, something like that. And for the general aviation as well, you can add the services into the airline portal before opening the
คนบรร
flight
ยายคนแรกเป็น
schedule.
ผู้หญิง
But since we are checking and there's no administrator here, and as well as the general aviation, I think this part can be skipped.
เขาใคร
And we are going to the page 87.
เจษฎาครับ
พี่พูดประเด็นตรงนี้ว่า
สวัสดีค
คุ
รับ
ณพูดบรรยายสดไหม
สวัสดีครับเจษฎาจากการูด้าครับขอถามนิดนึงครับผู้บรรยายสดไหม
Right. Let's get into the normal user functionalities. Apart from the administrator functionalities, where the normal user can check in the travelers and follow the directions after receiving government responses,
พี่ดอกพูด
like check-in and receiving the do not call or contact Thai
แล้ว
government
งาน
and
ยากหรือไม่นอนแล้วก็เลย
call to Thai
ตอน
immigration
นี้
directly.
บอกเนี่ย
And the normal user can update the current status for the travelers and schedule flights as well. Like if the flight detail has changed, you can update it
พอ
in
เสร็จเข้าไป
the functionalities for normal user, and you can check if the data
แต่ว่าก็บอก
has been successfully submitted and correctly or not, as well as can track the data as well as I'm going to show you the next slide, which is how to track the number of traveler in each flight.
ก็เราไม่ได้บอก
I mean, those three menus we would recommend you to use, even if you already use DCS as a main method to check in passengers, because three of these menus is included the DCS method as well, and I'm going to show you. Alright, so let's start with the wheel traveler by flight, where you can see the list of passengers by flight submitted to APPS. And yeah, it includes the DCS method as well. But
เดินโปร
one thing to remind you about those menus, because
เนี่ย89เหมือนกัน
it's actually with the airport accessibility of a user that has been set from the administrator from your airline as well.
คนแก่ๆฟังเลย
ก็ดี
Correct. So let's start with the wheel traveler by flight, where you must fill the departure date from and to. This is a required field,
จะไม่ดู
but the data shouldn't be more than 8 days in the past and 29 days into the future. And after searching, you are going to see the results of your flight, where you can click either view button here or
เน็ตจับมา
export traveler by flight for exporting the batch file of this flight.
ขนาดว่าถ่ายมาแล้วนะ
After clicking the wheel icon, you are going to see the list of traveler for that flight. As I say that the check-in system, it includes the DCS method as well. If the traveler has been checked in from the DCS, it will be shown here as well.
ขอเปลี่ยนลายมือชื่อผู้ลงผู้มีอำนาจ
One more thing
ลงนามอ
that
นุมัติ
this menu can do, you can cancel the passenger by clicking the cancel button here. Like if the fourth traveler is not traveling, you can just click cancel button here to cancel it, because as Kun Pimada said in the first session that the traveler who is not traveling, it should be canceled in APPS as well. So yeah, you can do it in this menu. What if you click to the export traveler by flight? You are going to receive the batch file like this, where you can re-upload it or add some data, change some data, and I'm going to show you how to edit with the batch file later. All right, let's jump into the next menu, which is the APPS history information, where you can see the numbers of the passenger and crew submitted to APPS as a summary, and yeah, it includes ECS method as well. To use that, you must fill the departure date from and to here, but the length stay less than 31 days. And after that, you can click search on the below. And after clicking search, you are going to see the summary of the flight like this. For this example, is the flight number OC122 Narita International Airport to Suvarnabhumi International Airport, with the passenger expected 10 persons and there's no crew within the flight. And the last column is the same remark because the crew is not submitted yet for this flight, so it shows same text only. Right. For the next one is VVP transaction history, where you can see the transaction that submitted through all methods from both ECS way and airline portal way, and you can see it as a transaction for like if the Mr. A check in once and receive do not port, and then they check in again and receive override accepted, you are going to see the two transaction here. So yeah, we would recommend you to use this menu because it easily track if any data is missing. All right. To do that, after going to the Will APP transaction history, we are going to fill the flight number here and the day from and day to. But one thing to remind you is the day shouldn't be more than 8 days in the past and 29 days into the future. And you can click search on the below here to see the flight like this, and you can click the wheel icon on the left side. After clicking the wheel icon, you are going to see the transaction for that flight. For example, you can see the transaction date, time like this, and as well as the movement type like expected and denied. Check-in system if it's come from the airline portal or DCS way.
บ้าเนาะที่เขาพูดอย่างนั้นเนี่ยคือ
Right, that's how to track the data. You can use it even if you don't check in anyone with the airline portal. You can use to track the data as well. That one we would recommend. But next is how to check in using the batch file. The one
ดูน่าเชื่อถือหน่อยดิ
thing that we would recommend you to check in through the airline portal. It is this way because you can check in multiple travelers at the same time, like 10 crews at the same time, something like this. So yeah, it make you more convenience and yeah, easier comparing with if checking but one by one. All right, to do that,
เจ็ดป่ะ
you are going to get the batch file by going the information for carriers menu,
15 หรือ 17 วัน
where it consists of the batch file version 1.1 and version 5. The one we would recommend you is the version 5, which is the latest version from the airline portal, and it includes the accommodation data as well, because the foreign travelers who coming to Thailand must fill the accommodation data as it referred in the first session.
อัปเกรดโค้ดเช็คอิน
Right. This is the batch files as it said from the first session
เรา
that
ขอให้
APP
พวกเรา
data
ไงที่ปาขอให้หนู
is include the traveler details plus the flight details of flight data. So the batch file is going to be like that. The first session is going to be the flight details where it includes the type of traveler like passenger, crew, and the flight number and departure port and time as well. And the second session is the traveler details. It includes the document type and nationality document number. But one thing to remind you once again about the document number, because we have been reported from Thai immigration that some of the passenger has been checked in with incorrect
เช่นอะไรบ้าง
character passport number like character O instead of zero, something like this. So this is just to remind you to check thoroughly before submitting the data. It includes the other traveler details. I'm going to show you with the test server after that. And the last section is the accommodation data in case of
ฝั่งน้องน่าจะ
you
เป็น
are
ทาง
checking in for the
ชื่อน้องนาเดี
passenger
ย
and
กับน้องเมย์
direction is inbound to
น้องจากมอ
Thailand.
ชีปทุม
So you can put your
เริ่มฝึก
I mean the traveler accommodation data in Thailand
ถึง
here.
4 December ค่ะ ให้น้องเข้า 8 โมงถึง 17:30
Right,
ทุกเสาร์อาทิตย์นะคะ
this
ช่วง
is
นี้ไม่มีบัต
how
รให้
to
ดูที่เคาน์เตอร์ไปก่อนค่ะ
prepare the batch
พอได้บัตร
file,
แล้ว
and
ค่อยส
I'm
ลับ
going
กั
to
นไป
show
ที่
you
แบบค่ะ
on test server after this.
อ่า
Next is how to upload the batch file that prepared already. And you can go to the submit batch APP transaction here,
เขาห้ามพูด
where you can click
ไม่
browse
ได้เป็นสปายจะพูด
here and drag your file
White
into the airline portal by clicking open here. Click submit to submit your batch file. And after submitting, there will be the 10 seconds cooldown here, as you can see from the red square. You can easily jump to the result of your batch file by clicking the view result here
มันมาวันไหน
after the cooldown is done.
17 ใช่ไหมไปโอใช่ไหม
Otherwise, you must go to the enter on submitted APP batches instead if you are logging out something like this. All right. This is some troubleshooting that you might see when uploading the batch file. This one is departure date time out of range. It means that the daytime of traveler data
ติ๊กปูตู้
not more than 2 days in the past and not more than 29 days in the future. So you need to check your batch file again if the travel departure date time is incorrect or
20
not.
กับ 20 หมดเลย 17 กับ 20
Alright, that's how to upload the batch file through the airline portal directly. Another way to do that
อีก2 คนเนี่ย
is the secure file transfer protocol,
เป็นโชคบ้าง
which is the one that you can use to submit the APP transaction through a client program that supports the SFTP channel, like WinSCP, Facila. Actually, it could be whatever that supports the SFTP channel. It benefits you because it can be used without logging into the airline portal and opening the schedule. But if you would like to use this method, you can contact to
2 คนนี้
service
มา
day,
วัน
which is the
ที่
contact and service center, and they are going to give you the suggestion after. This is the example for uploading through the SFTP channel. This is the WinSCP, which is the commonly one. You can grab your file from the desktop from your computer and drag to the server like this. And then Thai APPS and PNR is
กับ
going to pick your
7
file
ตาม
automatically.
นี้เลย
After uploading, there will be the response sent to your email as well. If the transaction is successful, you are going to receive the email like this,
ช่วงคือ
data
17 กับ 20
APP transaction successful. But if not, you are going to receive like the one or more APP transaction unsuccessful or there is some error. Anyway, if you get the error, you need to log into the airline portal to
ใช่ครับ
check the result anyway. Right? How to check the result if you receive the email like the previous slide. I'm going to show you
อันนี้
here.
ก็จะเป็น
This is the menu for inquire on submit APP batches, where you can search and view APP batches, whether it comes from through the airline portal directly or SFTP channel.
แก้ไม่ได้จริงเนาะ
To do that, you can go to the end file on submitted APP batches and you can click search without filling anything.
มันก็ไม่ตรวจถูกปะ
After clicking search, you are going to see the batch files that you have
15
uploaded.
ก็ต้องเตือนเลย
As I say that it comes from both a DCS, airline portal directly or SFTP channel. And you can click little icon from the left
ไม่ได้
side
ว่ามา
to see the result of that batch files. And you are going to see the traveler list here. The red highlights mean there's something wrong with the traveler, and you can scroll right to see the result of them. Or you can just filter the transaction status in the list pane here to unsuccess. So it's going to show you only the unsuccessful status.
เอาหมูสับ
You can click print or the download button below as well. So you can download the batch files as well. Alright, that's how to check in with the batch file where you can upload multiple travelers at the same time. Next is how to check in individually. Like in case your flight has only one passenger and one crew, you may use this method instead. But there's some step that is going to be used in this way. First, you are going to open the new schedule first and then check in 151 and check for board status. Yeah. This is for GA part. I'm going to skip this. Okay, this is the menu open new schedule for airline, where you can open the new schedule before checking in for the passenger. After going to the menu, you can fill in your flight details here. For example, OC 345 from Dortmund International Airport to Narita International Airport here, and with departure date time. You can click search schedule service button here to search your flight if it exists in the system or not. It's going to show you like this if there's your flight in schedule service. You can click open by clicking the airplane button here to open the new schedule here. Just would like to clarify about this because the airline portal is connected with a flight stack called Serium service. So there's a flight schedule data within the airline portal, and you can use this way to open the new schedule. But if not, if it's urgent flight or the new flight that just start operation, you can do open schedule manually instead. It's okay. Just click to open schedule manually. And you can just fill your flight details here like OC 345 and from Dortmund to Narita with the departure day time and arrival day time, and you can click open. And this is how to open new schedule manually.
จะถามพี่ปานจะให้
Alright, that's how to open the schedule. You need to open it before checking in the passenger or crews. And next is about how to check in individually.
ถ่ายรูปไปเลย
Before checking in, we would like to clarify about the travel card in the airline portal first. The first one is the normal check-in, which is the normal arrival or departure out from the country. It actually is a direct flight. For acceptable OC 007 from MDB to BKK, while the AJA 789 from Dortmund to Narita. This is the normal check-in. Alright, to check in for the passenger or cruise, you can go to the manage schedule and zero check-ins here and click in front of your flight that you would like to check in. Like if I'm going to check in the OC 123 on the list square number 4, we can click the radio button here and click manifest button below to start checking in. And then click new check-in button here.
ตกไปในคุกเลย
พี่ปั่นก็ต้องบอกผมไม่ต้องมาส่งไปบอกมาส่งตัว
It's going to show you the travel detail that you must fill, like the passenger class, the type of traveler, passenger, crew, or and then document type and document number, nationality, and the family name and TV names. Yeah. And the last section of checking in, that will be the type of departure.
คอมเมนต์ว่าอะไร
If the flight is the direct flight or the normal flight, you can click the normal departure from the country here and click submit on the below.
No.
Okay, next show you about the arrival flight with the passenger data. If checking in the passenger data, which is the arrival flight to Thailand, the accommodation data section will be shown if it's in this case like this. So you can add the accommodation data for this traveler as well and click submit to check in. Alright, that's how to check normal check-in. Then this is the transit check-in and transfer check-in. Just to clarify you that the transit check-in is the depart with the same aircraft and same flight number for acceptable OC 777 from FIN to Suvarnabhumi International Airport and then go to MDB with the same flight number, while the transfer check-in
เข้า CAT
come from the Narita International Airport with OC 303 and to Dortmund International Airport and then go to the MDB with different flight number, which is the OC 702. So this is the transfer
มันต้องลิงก์กับเบอร์โทรศัพท์อยู่ดีอ่ะต้องเบอร์7แล้วกัน
Alright,
เพราะ
to
พี่ว่า
check in
ถูกป่ะ
this kind of the type of check-in, you must create the flight schedule into two flights, as you can see from the screen here, number 2 and number 3. The first one is OC 777 departure from BKK to MDB, while the second one is OC 777 as well, but the direction is the arrival from FIN to BKK. You are going to create that separate. And then
เมื่อวานเว้ย
for checking in, you can click manifest.
มี PTG อ่ะ PTG
Let's start with the schedule 1. You are going to fill the traveler details here in the first schedule, but there is some difference,
ที่อยู่ว่า
some
พี่คน
slightly
นี้เขาเรียกมาแล้วเขาเจอ
different
ป้าแต่เขาไม่
between
รู้จัก
the
ว่าคุณป้า
normal
คือนาที
check-in
ได้
and transit and transfer check-in because
ป้าคือไม่เคย
the
ฟัง
type of arrival you are going to
นี่ว่าคนที่หลอก
select
นายจำได้
either
นะ
transit
Oh my
on
God.
same aircraft out of the country or transfer to other flight out of the country.
รู้สึกว่า
Just refer to the flight
ว่าการที่จะ
purpose
แต่งตัว
and then click submit.
จะใส่อ่ะ
มันบ้า
ก็เลิกนะ
For the schedule 2, you are going to fill the same data as before, like the same travelers, but the type of departure must be selected as the departure after transfer to the other flight of the country. So this is how to check in both transit passenger and
แล้ว
transfer flight
ตอนนี้เขาไปรับ
passenger. Click submit
สกายแทน
to
เขาแต่ง
submit.
งานไปเหรอ
ค่ะรออะไรล่ะไม่มีของออก
Alright,
มาเลย
after submitting the data, after checking in the data, you are going to receive the
เรื่องแต่งรูป
boarding
ไปเก้าแล้วก็เดิน
directive,
ไปกลับไป
which consists of the positive boarding directive.
ถ้าเป็นช่อง
like
ผม
board
ชี้
if
อะ
docs okay means
Audit.
that passenger should be board if the travel documents is okay, while the negative boarding directive like the do not board or contact Thai government
ในใจแบบ
means
ตัวอะไร
that
วะเนี่ย
you need to contact Thai immigration
อเมริกาไปเรียน
directly
เนี่ย
to obtain an advice for that passenger. Anyway, if you receive the negative boarding directive, you can try checking in again within a few minutes, and if it's not possible yet, you can just call Thai immigration.
โอเคละ
Two more messages from the boarding directive for TDSCS.
อืม
Kun Bimala refer in the first session,
แต่แล้ว
which is the TEAC not found and
ไอ้ที่อยู่
TDSC
นั้นก็คือเตรียมใส่
timeout. But to remind you, these two messages are the positive boarding directive. So it means that that passenger could be boarded, but the airline agent must suggest them to fill the TDSC accordingly.
ไม่เน็ตไปคุณยุ้ย
This is some example when checking in with the individual check-in through the airline portal. We are going to receive like the board if docs okay. It looks like you check in with the DCS one. It's going to show like this. If board if docs okay, you can board it. If the travel documents is okay.
ตลกอีน้องโดถามนั่นแหละ
ว่า
Wow, this is
อัปโหลดไปแล้วก็จะเทสอะไร
these
กัน
are the
เดี๋ยว
TDAC messages. The first one is TDAC not found and TDAC timeout.
ก็ไปท
You must
แบบนี้ก็เลยบอกว่า
suggest the travelers to fill in the TDAC before boarding.
จะแบบว่า
Otherwise,
มันต้องตำแหน่งว่าง
they
ก่อน
are
รู้
going to be rejected at the immigration checkpoint. So yeah, it wastes time for passenger.
ฟิล data personal data ไปก่อน
ำก็จะเอาไม่ได้
ความอยากได้
Next one is the negative boarding directive. We are going to receive the contact Thai government or do not board.
พี่น้อง
As I mentioned earlier, you can contact to Thai immigration directly to obtain an advice for that travelers. But I would suggest you to try rechecking in again before calling them, because Thai immigration always override and
ใช่
maybe they are in responses. So yeah, just try to recheck in
เขา
again
ขาย
before
เพื่อ
calling them.
หาตัวแทนอะไรเงี้ย
ตัวแทนมานั่นแทน
All
หลาย
right.
ปะ
ใช่
Next is the topics how to recheck in travelers, where you need to do it when you receive the negative boarding directive like do not board or contact Thai government, and then you contact to Thai immigration and they say that they this passenger has been overridden already, so that you need to recheck in again, refer to the policy from the first session that if the passenger who receive negative boarding directive and
แท็กซี่เถื่อน
the
ใช่ปะ
override has been
แต่
done,
ว่า
you need to recheck in again.
บางทีมันก็โกงมิเตอร์นะเว้ย
แต่ว่ามันค่านะ
To do that, I'm going to start with the individual rechecking, where you can go to the menu and schedule and
ช็อปบัญชีปะ
individual check-ins here and search for your flight
เราเว้ย
and click the radio button in front of it, and you can click manifest button here.
ก็ถึงข้อ
We are going to see the travel details for that flight,
ดีเทลเยอะอ
where
ยู่
you
นะเนี่ย
can filter the
มันเป็น
board
ระบบใหม่เลย
status
หนู
to do not board to easily look on that,
ให้บัญชีใส่เถอะ
and click the radio button in front of the passenger that you would like to recheck in, and click the button below here. It's recheck in button, and then click geo override like this. All right, we are going to receive the override accepted if Thai immigration has override your passenger already or crew already. If not, you are going to receive the override not authorized like this. So, which means that you need to contact Thai immigration again, because there might be some issue for that travelers or require some documents, something like that. So yeah,
ก็
we would recommend you to contact Thai Immigration
แปลว่าอะไร
Database.
แอร์พอร์ตเฮาปิด
Alright, that's how to
ใช่
recheck in with the individual check-in.
ไม่ถึง
Batch
เรื่องนะ
recheck-in
ของเล่นเหรอ
is supportable as
ไป
well.
ที่
And you can download the batch file first by going to the menu and file on submitted APP batches here and click with the wheel icon in front of the batch file that you would like to download. And after clicking, you can filter the status of transaction status here to the unsuccess. So the unsuccess status will be shown here, as you can see from the red highlight. And you can click download on the below here to download the batch files.
เลิศ
Alright, this is the batch file after upload. After downloading from the menu, it includes the overline and response. We would recommend you to delete it before
อะไร
re-uploading
มิ
it.
เตอร์
หนอซิสเตอร์มายองที่เหรอ
And you can just bring your batch file and upload it with the same menu, which is the batch APP submit APP transaction. And after uploading, if the override has been done from Thai Immigration, you are going to receive the override accepted, as you can see from the presentation here. And as well as if the override has not been done from Thai Immigration yet, you are going to receive override not authorized as well. So yeah, you need to contact them again.
ให้เขาไปพูดอีกแล้วกันเนาะให้อภิชาติเขาพูดแล้วกัน เราขอไม่สารแน่
Alright, next is how to cancel the
เงิน
travelers.
เขาเนี่ย
พี่ปาก็ลงพี่ปา
And
ก็
you
คง
can
ว่า
cancel travelers in both ways, whether individual cancel or the batch file cancel. If you would like to cancel with multiple travelers at the same time, it can be done as well. But only the travelers with the positive boarding directive can be
พี่
cancelled.
ปาบอกว่า
And I'm going to show you.
บางคนอยู่บ้านหุ่นปทุมอยู่ที่นักที่หญิงอยู่พระรามสอง
Alright, go to the manage schedule and individual check-ins here and click search, and after clicking search, your flight will be shown here. You can click the radio button on the left side and click manifest on the flight that you would like to cancel for. I mean the passenger cancel or the crew cancel. After that, you are going to see the details of the flight, I mean the passenger details or the crew detail here, where you can filter the status to okay to board to easily filter it. And after that, if you would like to cancel, like for example, the number 3 passenger is not traveling and would like to cancel, you can click the radio button in front of
กับ
them
กาแฟ
in the left square and click cancel check-in on the below. This is how to cancel individually. Next is to batch cancellation, where you can cancel multiple travelers at the same time. First, you are going to download the batch file first by going to the menu entirely on submitted APP batches.
Oh my god
And click wheel icon on the batch file that you would like to cancel.
ถ้าเลิกงานนั่งดื่มสตาร์บัค
Then you can filter only the success status to easily cancel, filter about cancel person about it.
เขาบอก
And after filtering, you can click download on the below here to download the batch file.
น้ำปานะ
But after receiving the batch file, there's some different actions that require you to do if you would like to cancel the batch file. You gotta insert the asterisk cancel like this between type and direction, as you can see from the red square here, to make this batch file as a cancellation batch file. It means that for travelers here will be cancelled if this batch file has been uploaded to the airline portal. Alright, one more menu that can use to cancel the traveler, and I have mentioned it from the start session, which is the wheel traveler by flight. You can go to the View Traveler by Flight and search for your flight by filtering the departure date from to like this. But to remind you once again, the day shouldn't be more than 8 days in the past and 29 days into the future. And click search. And then you are going to see the flight details. And then you can click your button here. After clicking view, you are going to see the traveler list here like this. For example, if number 4 passenger Mr. Yun is not traveling yet, you can click cancel button here to cancel this passenger. So yeah,
อยากรู้ว่าเที่ยว
it's
อัพโหลดไป
easy.
มันดูบ้างไหม
And the system going to show you the status as well if it's already canceled like this.
แกไม่ได้ใส่อันนี้วันนี้ก็
อ๋อ ก็ใส่ให้ดิ
Alright, that's how to upload, how to re-upload, and how to recheck in, and how to cancel. Next is how to manage schedule, where you can see the manifest for your flight schedule, and you can update, you can cancel, you can closing the flight after the flight departs. Refer to the Thai authorities, policy, and regulation. Yeah. To do that, you can go to the manage schedule and the individual check-in here and search for your flight number or search without filling anything is okay. And after searching, you are going to see the flight details here, where will be the button on the below include the close, cancel, and update. You can click it. But just to remind you that if there's no traveler within your flight, it cannot be closed. While if there's traveler in your flight, it cannot be cancelled or updated. Alright, this is some troubleshooting that you might see when using this function. This is the selected flight was open using flight search service and cannot be edited. It means that this flight cannot update the schedule because as I said that the airline portal is connected with the flight stat service. So yeah, it cannot be edited. In case you would like to edit it or amend it, you can cancel it instead and create a new
ไม่เจอ
one.
ใช่ไหม
I mean, open a new one.
เป็นแอร์พอร์ตพาสแล้วก็ป้าน้อย
Okay, alright, that's for how to use the airline portal, and I would like to show you some of the menu in the test server, and I'm going to show you how to use the batch file and individual check-ins, yeah, in the test server. Can you see my screen?
ไม่สี
ดีไหม
รถสี
Okay.
คนนี้ได้ไงอ่ะ
This is
อะไร
ไม่รู้
the batch file that we have prepared, and this is check-in for crew, traveler as a crew, and direction from
ไปดีกว่า
Suvarnabhumi International Airport
Folder
to
ชื่อว่า
Singapore International Airport. And
ทีวีสตาฟ
departure date time.
มีหลายไฟล์ให้เลือก
This is the prepared
ทีวี
batch.
สตาฟ
And on the below there will be the travel
มันเป็น
details
โฟลเดอร์
here.
แล้วก็
It
เปิดเข้าไปมันจะ
includes
มีหลาย
of
ไฟล์
the passport, the nationality, and the passport number, and document expiry date, issuing state, family name, and giving names, and date of birth,
สอง
gender,
คนใช่ไหมมาพร้อมกันกับพร้อมกันก็
country of
งาน
birth,
เป็น
and
เบอร์เดียว
travel
ก็ได้
type.
19
This is how to fill the batch file.
19
And
ต้องเป็น19
then
เบอร์ต่อ
we are going to the airline portal. Wait a moment. All right, this is the test server. We can
19
fill the data, the login details here after receiving from after approval process has been done from contact and service center. You can go to the
เป็น
login.
ชื่ออีสองตัวนี้ใช่ไหม
ใช่
จริงเจอปะนี่สู้
Alright, wait for a moment. Okay. This is the home page of the airline portal where you can see the suggestion from the service provider like the TDAC not found and TDC timeout. They are going to give you the suggestion like submitting with the airline portal now receive the TDAC response
หรือ
messages as I
จะดูจากวันที่17
mentioned
ชื่อมัน
earlier.
จะสั้น
And
อันนี้มันอลังการ
you
เนาะ
can
ไป67
talk with or discuss with the contact and service center by clicking the live chat here as well
ที่พอชิมไม่ใช่ปุ๋ยด้วยที่ใส่
if there any problem from your side.
มันหนักไปอ่ะ
Yeah, let's go back to our topic. I'm going to show you how to upload the batch check-in, where you can go to the submit batch APP transaction here and click browse. And then click submit. And then that will be the 10 seconds cooldown to see the result. You can wait for it. Alright, after 10 seconds, the button will be shown like this. You can click it and it jumps you to the inquiry on submitted APP batches where you can see if the traveler is okay or not. For the first traveler is contact Thai government. You may try to recheck in them again, or if it's not possible, you can contact Thai immigration directly to obtain an advice for them. This is how to check in with a batch file, which we would recommend you to do this.
อะไรนะ
And I forgot you to how to download the batch file. You can go to the information for carriers.
กับ
The batch
รวมเป็น
file
720
include the
ระหว่าง
1.1 version and version 5. And
18
we would recommend you
วันละ
to use the version 5,
ก็เป็น
which
600
is the latest version and includes the accommodation data as well. Alright, next I'm going to show you how to open new schedule and individual check-in. Alright, since this is a test server and we cannot have the schedule service here, we are going to use the open schedule manually instead. Just click it and fill your flight number here. For accessible, the flight number like MT345, arrival direction
ก็เป็น 2 day เนาะ
ใช่
ถูกปะ
from
2 day
let's say
Okay,
Incheon
2 day, full
International
200.
Airport to
ใช่ปะ
Suvarnabhumi International Airport.
คนก็
And the daytime tomorrow
แล้วก็ transport from
is
port to
approximately 6 hours from Korea to Bangkok. So it's going to be
ก็เป็น
this. And then click open. Yeah, this is how to open schedule manually. And then you can click open another schedule as well, or you can go to the check-in instead and go to manage schedule and individual check-ins like this and click search. You are going to see the flight that you open it earlier. You can click on the left side here and click manifest button to start checking in for the passenger. Alright, this is how to check in individually. I'm going to show you one person. Nationality USA. Just randomly put it. Expiry date.
โอเค
ทำไมมันใส่เยอะอะไรขนาดนี้วะ
ใช่
ฟังยังไม่จบสักทีเลยอะไรวะเนี่ยมีอะไรมาให้ปวดหัวตลอด
TV names and family name. date of birth. Okay, just mocking a bit. Okay, normal. As I say that if we are checking in the passenger type with the arrival flight into Thailand, the accommodation part will be shown like this. So you can put it just mocking up like hotel, state, province.
จบสักทีช่วยจดหมายเปลี่ยนแปลงสิทธิ์
It's something like this, and you can submit it. All right. After checking in, you are going to receive the response from the ad portal. For this one, is going to show the TDS is not found, but since it is the positive boarding directive, yeah, this passenger could be board, but the airline agent must inform, advise them to fill the TDS accordingly. Otherwise, as I say that this passenger will be rejected once they arrive the immigration checkpoint. So yeah, it wastes time for the passenger. All right, this is how to check in the passenger. I'm going to show you how to close flight and how to update the flight. You can go to the same menu, which is the manage schedule and individual check-ins.
พี่ลงวันที่จ่ายเพื่อวันนี้ต้องใส่วันนี้
Search
วัน
for
นี้ก็ได้
your
เนาะ
flight
เราทำนี้เนาะ
and click on the radio button in front of your flight. And in case you would like to close the flight, you can just click close here to close the flight. But in this case, it cannot be canceled and it cannot be updated since we have checked the passenger already. So I'm going to show you how to close the flight instead.
หน้าเดี๋ยวป๋าจะมาเรื่อยๆนะจะมาข้างบน
All right, and this is the closed file. You are going to see the request accepted and filled. This means that it's okay. All right, let's go back to this presentation.
มากินกาแฟ
For the last part of the session here, I'm going to show you the additional information, which I have shown it earlier, which is the information for carriers. There are two sections. The first section is the guide for airlines, where you can find how to check in, how to cancel, how to use the badge file, how to open the file, how to close the file within the guide for airlines after the session. And the badge file here, as well as I said many times, that it includes the 1.1 version and version 5. Can download it here. And you can change
ที่เราต้องใส่
the password for your user as well by filling your old password here and enter a new password, as you can see here, and click submit
จำเป็น
to
ก็
change your password.
ไม่ดูให้
ไม่มันมีอยู่แล้วอย่างเงี้ย
มีไหม
มันต้องใส่ไหมอ่ะ
All right, it's about time. That's all for
Okay, maybe talk about
today's session,
Yeah.
which consists of the first session, which is the Thailand APPS and PNR overview, which consists of the APPS, PNR, and accommodation data submission, regulation, and the government policies, as well as the new requirements from Thai authority as well, TDAC and custom passenger pre-screening. And the second session is the airline portal usages, how to use the airline portal, how to check in, how to use an alternative channel, and how to track data using the airline portal. Okay, before ending this session, we would like you to do the training evaluation form, as you can see from the screen, and the link will be sent into the chat box as well.
แล้วต่อไป
Your feedback is
Okay.
highly appreciated.
19
And if there are any questions, please feel free to ask now by opening your microphone or leave a question in the chat box so we can see it through the chat box as well. Thank you.
thank you เจ๊กี้พี่ลงเป็น APP ด้วยปะ
มีไหม
มีส่งจะส่งมาว่าได้พี่โดมจะเป็น
พี่ปั่นก็มีแล้วปิ้นก็ได้ไม่ปิ้นก็ไม่เป็นไร
ใช่ไหมมี2 แผ่นนะเพราะว่าไอ้แผ่นใส่แฟ้มนะ
พี่เปิ้ลครับผมทำรีซอร์เมลแอคทีฟ
เป็นสปริงนี่ก่อนที่บีก็แง่ประกาศนี่ไงเนาะก็เราใส่ใครบ้าง
เดี๋ยวแต่
ไปเดียว
เดี๋ยวเสียงหมด
ต้องออกมาพิกปันก็มีแล้วเนาะ
เขาได้มาจากที่ก้า
นี่ก็เอาไปให้พี่อยู่ใช่ไหมพรุ่งนี้จะหยุด ไม่ไหนเดียวต้องเคไหมพี่จะเซ็นก่อนแล้วกัน
กองเคแล้วก็เดี๋ยวมาแปะไว้ตรงนี้
แล้วตังค์พี่ก็ให้แกด้วยนะ
เดี๋ยวโอนให้เขาทั้งหมด
ไม่ใส่เคไว้ก่อนเนาะก็อันนี้เหรอเจนี้เหรอ
ใช่
เนาะไม่ใช่
ไม่ใช่
ไม่เหมือนเป็นที่อะไรวะไม่รู้เป็นอะไรเซ็นไหม
Alright, for whoever done the training evaluation form may leave out the session, but who doesn't yet, we would save your kind of preparation to do the training evaluation form. So yeah, we can approve it in the next session. Thank you.
โยมอยากเซ็นใหม่อ่ะที่อันนี้ใหม่ได้ปะอันที่2นะ
อะไรวะทำไม
นะ
มันไม่สวยอ่ะ
ไม่สู้ดิ
ได้
มันดูตลกอ่ะ
ก็ต้องปกฉากป่ะ
ใช่ที่อันที่2เดือนนะ
อ๋อเซฟไว้ในไหนวะอ๋ออยู่นี้
มา2 ใบเดียว
ใช่กระดาษไหน
แล้วก็ลายเซ็นนภันัทนี่
แล้วใครไปเซ็นอ่ะ
ว่าไอ้ตัวอย่างนะครับ
สวัสดีนะ
เขา
ครับ
เจ็ดเซน
กา
ติ
ร
เย
อบ
อะ
ร
แล้ว
มก็
เป็นเลขเดียวกัน
จบไปที่เรียบร้อยนะครับ ก่อนที่จะออกจาก Zoom Meeting รบกวนทำในส่วนของแบบประเมินของ Training Evaluation Form นิดนึงนะครับ ทาง Live Chat ที่ส่งไปนะครับ แล้วก็สามารถลีฟออกจากZoom ได้เลย
ที่ต้องสอง
นะครับ ขอบคุณ
สอง
มาก
คนนี้
ครั
ต่า
บ
งยังไงต้องซื้อใหญ่กับเล็กอ่ะ
ไม่ได้ต่าง แต่ว่าเหมือนตัวหนังสือมันเพี้ยน